Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us again. Today, we are blessed to have Rashad in the building with us as he shares his journey into landing his newest job, which he will tell you guys all about. So, Rashad, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So, I guess before we get into the meat of this, can you introduce yourself and share a little bit about your background before you started doing your job search?
Um, well, I'm Rashad. I'm 37. I'm from a small place in Texas. My background basically comes from I've done a lot of things in my background. Mainly project management for companies, working with large machinery and so forth in that manner, machine operator, until I decided to just make a career change into the tech field, the cyber field.
Okay, so what ultimately made you decide to make that change? Like, were things happening at the job or lifestyle? What was going on?
Basically lifestyle changes, growth, and want to show my children something different. I have four boys and four girls, so I have a son that he's wanting to do real estate, and he infatuated with the corporate world. So in order to give him advice and help him on his way, I decided to make a career change, and I chose the GRC field.
Okay, amazing. I love it. I'm also one of nine, so I'm right in the middle. Even though you have eight and
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
one of nine, right in the middle. So here's my question for you. So I know that you attended a boot camp where you were able to learn PCI DSS. And so as you were attending the boot camp, what was your job search like at that point? Like, were you having a lot of interviews, success? What was going on?
Well, at first, no, I wasn't having a lot of interviews. Upon applying for jobs and stuff, I might talk to a few recruiters, but it wasn't nothing as frequent as I wanted to. It was just sporadic. Uh, so once the boot camp was over, I joined your platform, and I started taking the necessary steps to be better with interviewing and knowing the business process of everything. So, yeah.
Okay. And so what ultimately, I'm starting to not hear you too good, so you're gonna have to talk as loud as me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me ask you a question though. So like what made you ultimately decide to even want to work with my organization, Cybe Tribe?
Um, well, I had a few people that I was inside of my boot camp with that told me things about you. Uh, for instance, Elijah, Yalamed, they spoke to me about you. Like, you probably need to talk to Miss Ashley. And Elijah really spoke a lot of truth about you. Like, he's like, man, with your mind and your background, you need to talk to Miss Ashley, man. She can really help you. So I was like, I'm gonna reach out to her. It took me a while, a couple of weeks to reach out due to things that were going on. But when I reached out, it was like, okay, now I finally have a mentor. So it helped a lot.
Let's go. You know, there's something really exciting to me about people who don't just keep information, but like they're looking to help the next person. And I feel like inside of Cybe Tribe, we're really blessed to have people that are just focused on not just themselves, right? But also helping the next person get to the finish line. So hearing that, you're going to make me have to give some phone calls after this session.
Yes, ma'am. They done it. They done it for you.
That's awesome. So I've got a question for you then. So as you are inside of Cybe Tribe, like what were some of the key things that you feel like helped you or that you were able to learn that helped you in landing this role?
Wow, the most thing that was important to me was the interview prep. Uh, the interview prep was wonderful, knowing how to answer questions, knowing exactly the intent of what they're looking for with the questions, uh, as well as the manual you made, the 50 questions for advancement career for the GRC field. Everything helps a lot because not only within the interviews, mock interviews that you structured and kind of told us how to answer, but to see it on paper was something great because that helped me a lot in my interview. It showed me how to put my knowledge into a conversation, how to explain my knowledge. to let people know like, oh, well, yes, he know what he's talking about. He has the skill that we're looking for. So
Yeah.
that helped a lot.
Oh, that's so good. People
um,
gonna say?
and I said, not that it then also having a forum where people can actually mingle and talk and spread knowledge. And like Ian, I even had to reach out to Ian because I knew he had been through interviews before, being able to reach out to him and just hold a 5-10 minute conversation. Just say, man, what do you think I'm going to be asked in this interview? Because I know, have you talked to someone in this statue or whatever? You're like, no, I haven't really talked to a CISO, but I can, it's probably gonna be a vibe check. So he helped a lot to kind of relax me because I was studying, looking like, okay, what he's gonna ask? Do I need to go back over the framework to make sure I'm deep enough in it, or what he's gonna ask? So just being able to reach out to your peers, well, that helped a lot. The platform is just great.
Oh, I love that. Let me tell you, that makes me even more excited. So, not too long ago, we did a video just like this with Ian. So, I will link to that in the description in case you want to check it out as you're watching this. But see, that right there makes me even more excited because, like I said, we all kind of look out for each other. So, knowing that he was able to pour into you as well, what he learned, and you were able to use that insights and also land your job, plus the resources that you had, like, oh, it's a really good feeling hearing that, man.
It is. It is.
Really good feeling. So okay, I've got another question for you then. Talk to me about your mindset a little bit and what your mind was going through when you received this interview.
Um, my mindset when I was going through, wow. For one, I was still in shock, because I really had stopped applying. I had started ordering my books and studying for the Security Plus and other certifications. So uh, I had been trying to, I had a lot of things going on in that sense. So I wasn't even really too, on like interviewing at the moment. I had put in applications, took the steps like you had told me don't, apply through LinkedIn and so forth, go to the company website itself. So I went and done those things. I'm like, okay, well, I prayed about it and left it alone. I went and bought my son a car because he's graduating this year to go to college. So I done that, saw him, make sure he was smiling. And not four, like 5 days later, I just wake up on the Friday and somebody call like, we would like to interview for this position. And I'm like, really? And like, what position is this? 'Cause I forgot. I had filled the application not so long ago. So it went from that. We had the interview that following Thursday, and they called me back within that next morning. The CISO want to meet you. And I was like, really? They're like, yes. So it was like quick. It wasn't, I waited a few weeks or nothing. It was just very quick. Like they knew exactly what they wanted.
It was
So
destined for you.
yeah, so it wasn't even that it was on my mind. My mind said, well, okay, let me take care of things that need to be taken care of with family and take care of whatever when it comes. So it was just a complete shock.
Oh, just a few days of watching your son graduate. You done graduated to a new level in your career.
Yes.
Look at God, man.
All blessings, just blessings, just count blessings.
Yes, that is amazing. Amazing. And so when you did finally have this conversation with the CISO, what was that like for you?
It was something I never experienced before, to be honest. Whenever, when we think about interviews, we're thinking about, oh, well, what they're gonna ask. Am I ready for this? I'm nervous. Do I have the knowledge? Am I there? Am I gonna, have imposter syndrome? What's How am I gonna perform? And I think I had something mentioned to you, and we talked about it a bit. And I'm like, I just feel like I'm too close to failing now. So that's kind of like the mindset I took when I was walking in. Like, I'm just too close.
Mm.
So upon that, the experience that I had when I walked in the interview, I'm thinking that I'm about to get grilled with more questions, whether it be technical, deeper in the framework. The interview was laughs and jokes because it was like another panelist interview, and it was just a bunch of laughter and jokes. So it was just a vibe check. I think during the interview they asked me like three questions, and the rest of the interview we were just laughing, just talking about regular stuff.
That,
So fishing, hunting, and so forth. I'm like, I've never been in an interview like this.
yeah. And I guess, from their standpoint, it's like, all right, you've already passed the other interviews. Now I just got to see if I like you.
Yes, I think that was more so it because not till that next morning, cause my interview that day was at 2 p.m. It lasted about 45 minutes. First three questions was asked, and after that it was just, oh, when do you like to go hunting? You like fishing? Do you like doing this? So forth. And I'm like, these not interview questions. So I was just like, they laughing, joking around, and I'm just like, is this really an interview or what? Like it was confusing. Like, okay, did I do well? Did I not? Like, so the next morning, probably like 9:30 that morning, I received the email, and then about 10:15, the recruiter called me and said, "Hey, they just extended your offer. I sent you an email."
Oh my God. And I know you were excited because you messaged me quick.
Yes, it was quick. I was like, really? And she sent me out the handbooks, everything that was needed, benefits, everything just all up front. Like the
Oh.
information about the everything, like it was just there. I was like, wow, this it happened quick. It happened really quick.
And that's one of the beautiful things about being prepared, right? Because when you are what I call like over prepared, you can excel in any situation. So you can excel if you get a whole bunch of challenging questions, and then you'll excel if you get a nice, sweet, cool interview.
Yeah.
This, right? And so you don't ever have to go into it feeling like, oh my God, like I wasn't prepared, like you were beyond prepared.
Yes, I was. Like the first interview, it was just like six panelists and they were just drilling me. Like it was question after question. And once I got off the interview, the corporate recruiter, she was listening in. And once I got out the interview with the first panel, she came back and she was like, "Man, you absolutely killed that interview." Like she like, I can't wait to hear their feedback about you. She said, but I have a really good feeling. And then next morning, she reached back out like, oh, they want to bring you in again.
Oh my God. You go, Rashad.
So
That's
it
what
was
I'm
really
talking
quick.
about.
It
That's what I'm talking
was
about.
really quick.
So tell us a little bit about the offer. So in particular, you don't have to share the company's name. You can keep that confidential. And you also don't have to share the salary. But from a title perspective, what is your title and what will you be doing in this new role?
Well, the title, I have it as an IT Security and Compliance Analyst. I will basically be helping them get prepared for the PCI DSS 4.0 audit and so forth. They would like for me to be the person that when the auditor come, the QSA come, I actually lead them around how documentation together. I help with creating policies and SOPs, standard operating procedures and so forth. So basically, governance and compliance and help with risk assessments, making sure diagrams and stuff are together. So it's a lot of things that stem from the knowledge that I gained from PCIS, but I also have the boot camp, but it's also helping with the IT part, making sure everything is in line.
Excellent. So you're able to bridge what you've learned, your experience, your past experience, and
Yes, ma'am.
merge that into Rashad 2.0.
Yes, ma'am.
Rashad
Totally different
2.0.
person.
So let me ask you this. So looking back, right? What was one of the biggest lessons that you were able to learn in this journey?
Wow, one of the big. I have a few lessons that I learned that got me to this point. Uh, the biggest lesson I've learned is if you have a platform and you have people that are offering help, reach out for help. 'Cause I was a person that in my past, I was like, okay, well, I've always done it myself. I'll find my way. So my biggest thing was letting go of pride and ego. If you want to be successful, sometimes you have to break your vices.
Mm.
Throughout this journey, allowing you to help me, taking the information from Elijah and y'all are meant to reach out to you. Even the time when I reached out to Ian, it was the point that I had to just break my vices and my old ways to become a new me, to step into a new light. So being able to network, learning to network, learning to reach out to people that actually have pure intentions for you is one of the biggest lessons that I received through my journey.
Mm. And all the things that you're going to need in this new role because you're going to have to call on everybody.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You're going to have to call. Excuse me, I need your help. Can you send me that document?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. So, yes, just the governance side of it all. I'm ready for the challenge, though. As I told the infrastructure director that was initially the hiring partner that, offered me the position. I told him I'm ready for the challenge. So let's get to it.
There we go. You sound like a proactive candidate, which makes them excited to bring you on. And so,
Yes.
okay. So here is my final question for you. If somebody is on the fence of joining our organization, Cyber Tribe, right? What would you say to them?
What would I say to him? What are you waiting for? What are you
Mm,
waiting for? Take the jump. Take the leap of faith.
mm,
Take the leap. Get out of your shell. As I said, you have to let go of your ego. You have to become a new you. You have to be prepared to do things you never done before. I know before it all, as I told you, kind of like before, I come from a totally different past. So while I was studying and learning things about the GRC field cyber, the PCI DSS framework, and so forth, I went through isolation. I isolate myself from my complete past to be a better person, not only for myself, but to show my kids that they don't have to live a lifestyle that I've lived when in my younger days. So if you're on the fence about Jordan, the Cyber Tribe, it's everything about this platform bring blessings from the people that you meet, the people that you can interact with, the information given. Um, it's so valuable that you really can't put a price on it. It's to me now, this is priceless. Um, because not only did it help me, but it also showed my children that if my dad can change from where he used to be, I can do anything in the world.
mm.
So just meeting the people, just having a platform where you can go gain knowledge and be introduced to professionals, know the ins and out of the business, even when you're not inside of it, is and as you said, just being prepared, being overly prepared. You have nothing to be nervous about. Just take the jump. It's her.
Rashad, I tell you what, I was really struggling there. I was trying to hold these tears back. I'm like, oh man, are my eyes starting to turn pink because like that's really what this is all about. I tell everybody like this whole organization, Cyber Career Advancement, it is way more than just landing a job. It is about what it's going to do for you, for your family, for your community, for the world, because there's so many crazy things happening in the industry. We need people with different perspectives and backgrounds coming into the field and making recommendations and seeing things from a different light, right? And so knowing now that you've just changed the mindset of your children, which is going to change the mindsets of their children and generations down just from you getting out of your shell, asking for that help, putting in the work, and betting on yourself. That's why you almost made me have some tears just now. I'm so
And
proud.
it's a true story. Like it's a testimony. Um, we all have our personal, vendettas and things that we go through in life, our own tribulations. And you're right, we all come from different backgrounds. But to be able to show a change not only to the people here that's close to you, but to the world, why not take a chance on the platform, meet people, network? These can be lifelong connections that you can have. So I appreciate that more than anything. Um, so I haven't. I'm here. I'm proof. The proof, like they say, the proof in the pudding. I'm the pudding. It's proof that.
Amen. Well, let me tell you, we are so grateful, Rashad, that you came in, you shared your story, you were vulnerable and open with us, and you didn't hold nothing back. And if anybody is like me, they're probably a big baby over here crying too, because let me tell you, I'm holding it back. But I want to thank you again. I'm not going to keep you any longer. But to those of you who are watching this, if you're interested in joining Cyber Tribe, definitely check us out. We have amazing people like Rashad in here, and we are all focused on making change, significant change to the world, as well as ourselves and our families and community. So thank you again, Rashad, and I look forward to seeing you thrive at this stage. You didn't landed your job. Now it's time to thrive. So you got to come to all these Monday sessions where we have our weekly career coaching and all of the Wednesday sessions where we have our guest speakers come in and just give additional insights about different things inside of cybersecurity, project management, what have you. I expect to
Yes,
see you
ma'am.
there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.